Welcome back to my channel. Hit that like, subscribe button, and feel free to leave a comment below. All right, let me break it down for y'all because this has been on my mind. I keep asking myself this one question. How did Lefty Gunplay even land on Kendrick Lamar's album in the first place? Now, don't get me wrong. He's not bad. The dude's got bars, no doubt. But let's be honest here. He's not great. I mean, he's good, but he's not great. At least not yet. Kendrick put this guy on, gave him a huge opportunity, and that's cool. That's what happens when you connect with someone who's already got the crown, right? But let's keep it real. That Kendrick cosign was basically a golden ticket. It opened a door that most artists would kill for. And now it's up to Lefty to decide whether he's just going to chill in the doorway or actually walk through and make something of himself. But here's where things get wild and where people start getting a little confused. Some folks are out here saying, yo, Lefty was on Kendrick's album. He deserves to be at the Super Bowl halftime show. Pump the brakes, homie. I'm sitting here like, wait. The stage is for legends only. Let's break it down. Dr. Dre, legend. He produced half the soundtrack to our lives. Snoop Dogg, that man made it okay to wear house slippers at award shows. Eminem, one of the greatest ever to touch a mic. Period. Mary J. Blige, come on. Queen. And Kendrick, that dude's carrying hip hop on his back right now. So Lefty Gunplay, he's not there yet. And that's not hate, that's just facts. He got shined because Kendrick gave him a platform. That's love right there. But being featured on an album doesn't automatically make you a legend. It's like getting invited to sit at the grown-ups table during Thanksgiving. Just because you're there doesn't mean you cook the turkey. Now, I'm not saying Lefty can't become great. He's got potential, but he's got to switch it up. You can't just keep dropping gangster tracks and diss songs. That only gets you so far. You got to broaden your audience. Tap into something deeper and give people music that speaks to the heart. Look at Kendrick. He speaks truth, but with layers. That's what makes his music timeless. Lefty needs to understand that if he wants to stay relevant, he's got to evolve. Less beef, more realness. Less flexing, more storytelling. Nobody's saying he has to go full conscious rapper, but give us something that hits beyond just street life. And listen, I'm rooting for Lefty. I want to see him win. But if he wants to ever deserve a spot on a Super Bowl stage, he's got to stop thinking small and start thinking legendary. Because here's the truth. You don't get on that halftime stage unless you've truly made it. And making it isn't just about one future. It's about consistency, impact, and creating music that stands the test of time. So Lefty, if you're hearing this, bro, you got the cosign. Now prove Kendrick right. The world's watching. Put your heart into it. Leave the drama behind. And one day, maybe, just maybe, you'll earn that legendary Super Bowl spot. Now, we've got to talk about the Super Bowl. First off, the Super Bowl halftime show is like the musical equivalent of the Olympics. It's where legends are made, where careers hit that stratospheric level. We're talking Michael Jackson, Beyonce, Prince, icons who have not only shaped music, but have become cultural landmarks. So the bar, it's high. Like you need a spaceship to reach it that high. Now Kendrick Lamar, he's earned his spot. The man has multiple prize-winning albums, countless awards, and a discography that makes you question your life choices. He's the kind of artist who can drop a verse that makes you want to call your ex and apologize for things that you didn't even do. So, when he was announced as a halftime performer, it was like, yeah, that makes sense. Kendrick Lamar, you know what I mean? But then whispers started, yo, where's Lefty Gunplay? Why ain't he up there with Kendrick? And I had to laugh because, come on now, let's be real. Lefty Gunplay is talented, no doubt. The man can spit, but the Super Bowl halftime show, that's a whole different arena, a whole different ball game. It's like this. Imagine you're at a family cookout and there's that one cousin who can sing really well. Everyone loves when they grab the mic during karaoke. But just because they can nail, I will always love you, after a couple of beers, doesn't mean they're ready to headline Coachella. You know what I'm talking about? Now, the black community, like any community, has its gatekeepers. They hold their culture to a high standards, especially when it's on display for the whole world. The Super Bowl isn't just a performance. It's a statement. It's saying, this is the best we have to offer. And while Lefty Gunplay has potential, he's still in the proving grounds. He's like that rookie on the basketball team who shows promise but hasn't quite earned his starting spot. Plus, let's not forget the politics of it all. The NFL has had its shares of controversies, especially concerning race and representation. So, when they choose a performer, they're not just looking at talent, they're considering the message it sends. Kendrick is known for his thought-provoking lyrics and social commentary. His presence is a statement in itself. Lefty Gunplay, his brand is a bit more, let's say, niche-y, you know? The niche of his gangster rap, right? And let's be honest, the Super Bowl audience is vast and varied. You've got grandma knitting in her rocking chair, teenagers on TikTok, and everyone in between. The performer needs to have that broad appeal. Someone who can make a 7-year-old in Kansas tap their feet while also getting a 20-year-old in Brooklyn to nod their head. And Kendrick can do that. Lefty, not quite there yet. But hey, this isn't a knock on Lefty Gunplay. Every artist has their journey. Maybe in a few years after he's put in the work, expanded his music, and proven that he can captivate a global audience, we'll see him on that stage, right? And when that day comes, we'll all be cheering him on. In the meantime, in between time, let's appreciate the fact that Kendrick Lamar, a kid from Compton, took the Super Bowl stage and reminded the world of the power of hip-hop. And let's support artists like Lefty as they climb their way up, knowing that the spotlight is earned and not given. So, to all the aspiring performers out there, take note. The path to the Super Bowl halftime show isn't a sprint. It's a marathon. And if you're willing to put in the miles, who knows? Maybe one day you'll find yourself center stage, making us all proud. All right, and now we're going to talk about something real. The power of the black community on the Super Bowl halftime stage. Because let's be honest, when black artists hit that stage, it's not just a performance. It's a cultural shift. I'm talking about breaking barriers, setting trends, and opening doors so wide that everybody can walk through. Think about the history. You had Michael Jackson out there turning the Super Bowl into a world tour. Beyonce, she practically stopped time when she performed. Prince, the man literally made it rain. And don't even get me started on Dr. Dre, Snoop, Kendrick, Mary J. Blige. That wasn't just a halftime show. That was millions, hundreds of millions of people watching. But what makes it powerful isn't just a performance. It's what it symbolizes. For decades, black artists have been told, nah, this stage ain't for you. And every time they heard that, they just built their own stage. That's the blueprint right there. When one door closes, you don't just knock on another. You build your own house with its own doors and invite everybody in. And here's the thing. When black artists opened those doors, they didn't just keep it for themselves. They made space for everyone. That's why you've got brown folks now stepping into music, sports, media, tech, all these industries where we used to only be in the background. The black community didn't just open doors for themselves. They paved the way for the next generation. But now it's our turn to follow that example. We've got to start opening doors for each other. And I'm not talking about just handing someone a platter like, here you go, bro. Nah, it doesn't work like that. See, everybody's got to put in the work. You've got to be hungry. You've got to be dedicated. Look at Kendrick. You think he woke up one day and just landed on the Super Bowl stage? Nah. That man was grinding in the studio when nobody was watching. Same with Dre, Snoop, Beyonce, all of them. They earned it because they didn't wait for someone to hand them anything. But here's the thing. They also reached back to help the next generation come up. And that's where I think we, as a Chicano community, need to do better. Too often we get caught up in competition instead of collaboration. Like, oh, I don't want him to shine because it might dim my light. Nah, man. There's enough spotlight for everybody. We need to be out here saying, hey, you got talent? Let me connect you with this producer. You got a business idea? Let me introduce you to this investor. That's how communities grow. That's how movements are built. Let me give you a quick example that just happened this morning. I'm in the epoxy flooring business, right? And I go to the customer's house, and there's this Mexican dude putting up some shelves in their house. And I walk out to the garage to check on the floor, make sure everything's set up. You know what I mean? Everything looks good. Took some pictures. You know what I mean? Just kind of walked around, checked everything out. Just make sure everything was good, right? Double check it. And the Mexican dude named Felipe followed me, and he's like, damn, that's nice, bro. So I asked him what he does. He says he paints, does cabinets, plumbing, light, everything, right? And I'm like, give me your card and number. So we exchange numbers, and I tell him, if you ever go to a house and see they need an epoxy floor, hit me up. You mean, or give them my information, and I'll do the same for you. When I go do an epoxy floor and I see they need to paint in the garage or some lights up in there, or, the back porch or inside the house, cabinets, whatever, I'll hit you up. Now, I just met this guy, never seen him, but now we just open doors for each other. Don't close them, open them. You know what I mean? And look, I know it's not always easy. We come from a culture where you're told to keep your head down, just work hard. But times are changing. This is 2025. We need to speak up, support each other, and create opportunities. Because when black and brown come together, man, that's unstoppable. Look at the music industry. You got collaborations now that would have never happened before. You got Latin artists crossing over into hip hop and vice versa. That's powerful. And it's not just about music, it's about business, fashion, media, everything. If we learn from the black community's blueprint and start opening doors for each other, we'll build something unstoppable. So here's my challenge to everyone listening. Be the person who opens a door. And when you walk through that door, don't slam it shut behind you. Hold it open for the next person. That's how we grow. That's how we win. Because at the end of the day, success isn't just about getting to the top. It's about bringing our people with us. And trust me, when we do that, the halftime stage, the boardroom, the big screen, it's all ours. Hit that like, subscribe button. You guys all have a great day.